Hello and welcome back, you beautiful people of YouTube, and welcome back to my channel. It's been a long while, I know, but I am finally back, and today I'm doing something different today. I am bringing to you an introduction to a very complicated amp, well, not complicated but complex, and that amp is the iFi iCAN Pro. Now this amp is a headphone amplifier and a fully fledged preamp, as it says in the manual. And let me just give you kind of a tour of the machine so that you guys can look at everything. Now this is one of those things that I'm going to separate, and I'm going to do a review later on, and I'm also going to do an introduction, which I'm doing right now. This is an introduction, and the reason why I'm doing that is because there are so many things that are just to mention about this amp, and I like to do that in my videos. I do not like to leave out a lot of stuff that I had to decide to do just an introduction that will explain all the various, not explain, just name and point different things about this amp that I feel are not important for a review, because for the review I want to be talking about uh, just my impressions of it. So this is, well, let me check, because I think this is still the top offering that iFi does. And if I go here to the iFi's website, it retails for around $1,800. That is what the price is. And yep, this is still the top analog offering for the headphone amplifiers, and you can buy this for $1,800. And I know that is not my audience. People don't come to me when they want to talk about the high-end gear, even though I can. Most of my audience is the people that are kind of interested in mid-fi to lo-fi, and because there are so many things in there, they want me to kind of sort that out for them, and that is my audience. And some people, I think, might be mad that I'm doing this review, and I don't care, because I'm an enthusiast. I'm gonna be excited for a Ferrari the same way I would be excited for a modded Subaru that the person spent $15,000 on, and I would have the same enthusiasm for a $500,000 Ferrari. And the reason why it is that I simply don't care. I like sound quality, and I like things that have different kind of sound, and I like things that are good. So as long as it's not a shit thing, I do not really care how much it costs. Although I will put it in perspective of how much it should cost. Now let me give you a brief tour of the device itself. Now on the front of the device, you have got your volume knob. Very solid volume knob, one of the best volume knobs that I have used recently, Then you have got the other big knob is your input selection. Then you have got your 3D, your X base is here and your 3D is here. So both of these knobs do something. The X base is the knob. I mean, this one is 3D, yeah. So this is the 3D knob, and what it does, it will kind of screw with the soundstage a little bit, and then you have your X base knob right here. You got your power button, you have got your remote input IR receiver, then you have got two 1/4-inch jacks, and I believe they can be used to create a balanced connection. There is a setting, there is a wire setting that you can apply. Then in center you have your 4-pin XLR balance. Then you have a balanced 4.4 I believe in this unit, and then you have your IE match 3.5 millimeter. Now one thing I do want to point out, that somebody was talking about this amp on the YouTube and they thought this was a regular output. This is not a regular output. This is matching the impedance to your headphones. So this is not the most powerful output there is, and some guy said that this is underpowered because they were plugging it right in here. This is not the main output. The main output is right here, buddy. So that's the one you gotta use your 1/4 jack or your balance or both of the 1/4 jacks. So that was it for the front of the device. Now if you go to the back, then what you have there is you have your inputs right here, and the inputs, you have a balanced input and 3 RCA input, and these are your two outputs for the preamp, your balance output and your RCA output. Then you have got the ESL to connect the electrostatic companion for this, and then you have got your power supply and also the pass through for the power if you buy other iFi products and you want to stack this on top of each other. So I think you guys can see it right now pretty well. Now here's the magic of this unit right here, the tube. So the thing that is so exciting about this amp is that this is actually, you're buying, people say it's $1,800. You are actually buying two great amps, and three actually, for the price of one, because the thing I forgot to mention, that there are two levers, right? The toggle switches right here. One is for your gain, and this is for the magic. Now this switch will let you go solid state kind of tube and very tubey. So this is a hybrid amp that is not just a hybrid amp. So it has one mode where it will engage the tubes and it will act as a hybrid tube amp, and then it also has a mode where it is just a solid state amplifier, a headphone amplifier, and that to me is one of the most amazing things that I have come across in hi-fi. Because if you think about it, let's say that you can listen to everything now with this amp, because if you have modern music you can just use the solid state and that amp will play it how it's supposed to sound, the modern music. Then you have, let's say, Dark Side of the Moon, Led Zeppelin, Jimi Hendrix, all that stuff. What you can do is you have a very good tube amp for that stuff. So let's say that your playlist plays something like Jeremiah, and then Jimi Hendrix comes on. You just flip that switch and it takes a little while, and then you just go to the tube. So to me that is amazing, and I know a lot of other amps do that too as well, but I have a hard time finding so many features and this particular combination in other amplifiers. And if I do, they usually cost upwards of 5 grand. So this is a value to me, because the other amps that do this kind of stuff usually cost $5,000 and such. Now the question is it worth it? And to answer that question, you will have to watch the video, the review video. Now let's talk about a few features. I just want to read the manual a little bit. When you go through the manual, it's kinda gonna label everything, and the first 2 pages are just the labeling of the inputs and outputs, and it just explains everything. This is the quick start guide, kinda, not the manual. And so this is the spec that I wanted. This is why I wanted to read the manual. Yep, there it is. Output power 16 ohms, balanced, single-ended, 14,000 milliwatts, and single-ended 4,800 milliwatts. This thing will put 14 watts of power through the balance. It will drive anything you have, anything. Does not matter what you got. This thing will put the volume there and drive that headphone very well. So 14 watts for the balance and 5 watts for the single. So that is what I wanted to tell you guys, because that is insane amount of power. That is actually maybe more than double what you need. You need 10 watts in any scenario ever. You never need more than 10, and they put 14 watts of power in this thing. And I kind of remember when I was talking to one of my friends, and Suswara, the hi-fi man Suswara, had just came out, and nothing was able to drive it really well, and this amp was the thing on the market that actually, this was one of the few amps that drove Suswara well, and it had a little bit of hype going on back then. So that was my video, and I've been gone quite a long while, and I don't know if I'm gonna keep doing the YouTube thing. I enjoy it, still enjoy it, but my life is changing radically, so I do not promise anything. But if you guys, all of you watching my video, if I saw a change in my subscriber count, it might sway me in the direction of keeping the videos going. I do enjoy it, so consider that. Consider subscribing to me, Belcorify, on YouTube. And you guys have a great weekend. Love ya. Bye.